Hello, how is everyone? Just wanted to record this video today. Just want to give you an update on how I'm doing, what I've been doing, and basically what gets me started. So, yeah, we're on to building habits, getting up early. I don't think there's anyone that likes getting up early. Myself, I'm quite a night owl. I'd rather be up until the early hours and then go to sleep at 9-10 o'clock and be up early morning. However, today was different. Went to bed super excited, fired up. Got this morning out and I went, you know what, I want a bit more inspiration and feel okay, but you know, I want a little boost in the morning. And a lot of my mentors, a lot of my business people, they will put on an inspiring quote, inspiring video from entrepreneurs. Now, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy them videos, I really do. But as you can probably tell, as you're probably aware, my main passion is sport, and particularly the struggles of sport. Something I want to document later in this video. So, what do I do every morning? I actually play. It's actually an advert. It's an advert from Channel 4. I'm sure a few of you would have seen it. I'm sure a few of you will understand where I'm coming from. However, I'm sure a few will just go, it's another video. But the video I generally watch in the morning, a video I really enjoy, is it's a video by Channel 4. It's about the Paralympics, and it's about their story. It's an advert promoting the Paralympics ahead of London 2012, and for me, that the advert speaks volumes. In the background, you've got the Public Enemy song, which works really well, and it's a nice song anyway. But I mean, you look at the challenges they've faced, and I mean, it could be easy for some of them people to be depressed, to have anxiety, and not go out. I was actually reading some facts this morning about depression. Actually, it was looking at anxiety and depression, and in average, 1 in 6 people will suffer from depression. However, you think about 6 people you probably are quite aware of someone which is going through difficulties, is going through depression, but they're not willing to mention it. They don't want to mention it. I mean, I can definitely relate to it. I went there myself a couple of years ago. I was playing football and sport at a decent level. I was still young. I was 17, 18. I thought I had my whole career ahead of me. Instead, I got injured. I mean, it wasn't an injury in the sport. It ended up being a cyst which occurred. The cyst ended up being the size of a golf ball. Got cut out my knee. However, to get to that point took many months. So it was many months of having this pressure on the ligament, and it had long-term effects elsewhere. I got patella tendinopathies, in both knees, and basically my joints really seized up. So when I went back to sport, I just seemed to get the niggles, injuries again, which I never had in my career previously. So, I mean, in hindsight, you can maybe link that back to health and food. Hopefully, that's something we'll talk about later on. I'll get some guest speakers in, and they will talk about that, which will be really good. I'm actually really keen to listen to that myself. I mean, you just listen to these people, the knowledge they share. I remember sitting in a seminar, and it's actually at university. There wasn't too many people there, as you can imagine, a university event happening at 7-8 o'clock at night. You can imagine not every student wants to be there. But me and my housemate went, and it was incredible. You know, we're getting this for free. I'm like, yeah. It's all covered through the university. Now there we had a nutritionist for Munster Rugby Football Club, and we have the nutritionist for Everton Football Club. Both established in their fields, and both stood up and gave their talk. And you know, it was really nice to see. Lots of information gained. Basically, the key point I will always take from it, well, actually, there was two. There was hardly ever touch boxing. They didn't like the philosophy of boxing, of going from one weight to another in training camps. They would rather work with someone who was quite consistent with their weight. And fact number two was to take leucine at night, as it helps hydrate you at night and through your sleep. And you think of some of the things which contain leucine. The main one is obviously milk. And you've got chicken and so on. You can look this up. I'm not going to tell you. But I was amazed that people were giving this out for free. But it turns out, even though they were at the same level, they had the same passion. They wanted to help everyone who was there to listen and there to learn. After it, we had numerous questions, and they actually gave us email addresses, and you know, their own private email address for us to contact and say that we've been to this event, just to speak to them. And it really was awesome. And it's something I'll remember for a long time. So going back to my point, what do I watch in the morning? I watch the Paralympics. I watch that advert. I see the stories. I think at times I think it's hard to see them as the athletes and then the story away. I think the video editing and the shooting of that advert is superb. There's a part where you see a car crash. A car crash occurred, and next to it you see the Olympian. Obviously, that's a story which occurred, and from that he's gone against the grain, should I say. He's took something which would have had a huge impact on his life. It could have had a huge negative impact on his life. Instead, he's turned it into a positive thing, and obviously gone on to have great success. It's actually another story of a Paralympian which I find really inspiring, and it just says something about mindset to me. She was involved in the London bombings. She actually survived. However, the story is her legs didn't, and she then turned that into a Paralympic success. But there was a story about that going, what did you feel at the time, and what did you feel after? Were you not scared? And the woman's reply was, wow. Sorry about that. Yeah, the woman's reply was, it was all inspiring. It really was. The woman turned around and she said, actually, it's the opposite. I look at life in such a positive way now. People lost their life in them bombings. Luckily, I wasn't one. I feel I'm here for a reason. I feel I will never forget that day. But instead of looking at it almost negatively, I've got to look at it positively and go, look, I am here. It's only my legs. It isn't my life. And I want to live every day as if it was my last, as if I lost my life on that day. And almost to live my life in memory of them people, not looking back at it in a negative way, but positive, as in they will inspire you to do something positive in your life and be happy in your life. And that's why I watch most mornings. If I'm feeling a bit low on energy, if I'm getting up early, that's what I will watch. And it really does the job for me anyway. So anyway, going back to this point on the nutritionist at university, really links into what I want to do. I'm looking to open a healthy supermarket within the next couple of months. Already had, I would say, a bit of success right now. Obviously, it's still a work in progress. Yesterday, I launched a chat where I invited quite a few of my friends and quite a few professional people who are involved in sport and know about nutrition, just to get involved and to see what they wanted. And the responses were amazing. The responses that they gave me something I didn't really consider. So I'm definitely going to act on that and try and make it the people's choice. Too many times at the minute we're seeing companies and company directors put in charge who, don't get me wrong, they are obviously great businessmen and have done well to get to that point. But looking back in history of when this has occurred, the general theme is they're not that successful. They may have success in the short term, but then after a couple of years, they either get fired or the company starts to lose profits and they look for a change of direction. Now, I was wondering why this is and what this is. Been speaking to my mentor about this, and I would say we didn't touch on it. We kind of had our idea from a physiological point. Dr. Alan Watkins, he makes a point of obviously stress management. A lot of these people don't manage stress well, so what happens is it builds up, and then it explodes. and they almost have a breakdown, which responds on the company massively. Sorry about that. And then one thing me and my mentor Matt was speaking about was these people don't know the industry. You think of people successful in business, they know that industry. And they learn about it every single day. Every single day, it's a stride forward, and I think that's definitely a bit of truth there. You're putting people in charge, which are very much about profit margins, not what people want. And I think it's backfiring. I think, obviously, I'm going to link this back to healthy supermarkets and the rise and demand for organic fruit and veg has gone up significantly in the past couple of years. Now, why is this? People would rather pay for the quality. They realise what they're getting now isn't good enough. For me, you just have to look at how many food from goods are now available. I'm actually gluten intolerant myself. I eat gluten every now and then, and I blow up like a balloon. It's not a nice feeling. I don't feel great. I feel like I just want to throw up every time I have gluten. So yeah, the gluten products of pastas nowadays have really gone downhill and have been really chemically enhanced. So again, it's another sign of business owners looking at profit margins instead of looking at what people want. And I mean, for me, it's a breakdown of their ethics and morals. People will go into business with set ethics and morals, and what you see is a big company would make an offer and they will sell it, which is fair enough. But what happens then is the brand loses its image, and it's something I try and install. I hope by doing these videos, I hope I install that in you. Make sure you keep to your ethics and morals. Obviously, adapt. You want to develop yourself, but you've got to make a list of what's important and what you will not change. Some values which are extremely important to you. Now, this is a lesson that we will talk about later on as things go by. I've done my list. I think you can, for you today, your homework, just go and think of some values which you really consider to be true and some values which you really won't break. So what's coming up in the channel, I'm looking to get, I really want to link in with anxiety and depression. I want to try and help these people to not only through business but in life. I think that's maybe my calling in life, to help people who obviously have been through a similar situation to myself. Going through the channel, we have Nathan Ellington doing a video soon, which is going to be absolutely awesome. The former Wigan and West Brom striker. Been speaking to him for a while. Actually, good friends with Nathan now, and his video will be really good. He speaks about the struggles of football and his life now. And it's a part of football and professional sport you don't really see. You get to see professional footballers through the peak of their career when they're earning X amount, but you don't get to see them when that money stops, and soon what they've been doing most of their life, in many cases, isn't there anymore, and it's normally the 35 years old and unemployed, having to feed a family of 4 or 5 in some cases. So Nathan's story is a really inspiring one. I mean, I was going to say his aim is to help a lot of footballers. Again, it's a similar story to my own. He's there. He just wants to help people, and obviously we are all a work in progress. Nathan's had a lot of success already. However, he is still striving for more. I'm still striving for more. But he just wanted to do this video for people. So that's really cool. I'm also looking to get a young man named Matt. I've been speaking to him recently. His came out recently and said he has anxiety and depression, which is a very brave move. A lot, like I was saying, 1 in 6 people have it. However, the stats of people coming out and actually saying they have issues, well, it's a lot higher than 1 in 6. It's not really looked at, and I don't think we handle it that well. So I just want to speak a little bit about Matt's story. He was playing sport at a decent level again. He was playing rugby and got into contact. And what happened was his eye actually came out of the socket during the game. And now, if you see Matt, you wouldn't really know there's any issues there. I guess it's until he tries to play sport. He still wants to play sport now, but he finds it very hard. His vision in the eye is almost gone. So he's finding it difficult at the minute. So hopefully, well, we've arranged to do a video with Matt where I will hopefully be able to help him see what he enjoys. For me, when I went through this, I was quite lucky. I actually had Nathan turn around to me and went, "Tom, why didn't you do what I'm doing? Why don't you look at getting into business?" And I'm so glad I did. Now, I would say the buzz isn't the same, but there's definitely a buzz. You want to wake up every morning. You want to go to work. You're excited when Monday comes. It's Monday today, and I'm definitely excited for what the week has an offer. And I mean, I'll speak about in a later video the advantages of being self-employed, overemployed, and the disadvantages. I think that should be covered. So yeah, there's a lot of content to come. Hopefully you've learnt a lot from this video. For your homework, I just want you to think about the people important to you. What values, whether it be trust, 100% commitment, whether they boost you physically or mentally, or in some cases the opposite. If that person gets you down and what you can do about that. And I also want you to reflect on some values which mean the most to you, and the values which you will never lose. For me, that's definitely in business anyway. That's my ethics and morals. In a healthy supermarket, I have set out my plan. I have set out how I want the store to run. I want it to be all for the customers, but I want them to know what they're getting. And I think particularly in the health industry, many people don't know what they're getting. For me, I'm a big advocate of clean sport and batch testing of products. Batch testing helps to minimize the risk of anything bad or anything being in a product which shouldn't be there, should I say. And the big companies which you associate with health, and particularly supplements, protein, you'd be very surprised how many supplements are batch tested and how many companies are willing to batch test. And my point of view on that is, if they're not willing to batch test, what are they hiding? So yeah, go away, get the homework done. It's all the work in progress, guys, and I hope you stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Cheers, guys.